God is at work throughout the world, but Asia certainly has a key leadership role, not only because it represents such a large slice of humanity, but God is at move by His Spirit in this continent in incredible ways in order to raise up His church, to strengthen it and mobilize it to complete the Great Commission.
There's a lot of talk going on around about the waves coming out of Asia and through Asia, and that's because I think the church is growing really rapidly in Asia, and what God is doing in China is going to affect all of us, and right here in Southeast Asia we are right in the heart of all of it.
We're in an exciting season in Asia right now as we see a new generation of indigenous leaders really responding to the call to lead the body of Christ. And as we do that, we're seeing them inspire and really lead us to reaching the least, the last, and the lost.
And we know that the number of non-Western or people, Asian nations, is going to grow and grow and grow in the body of Christ. What's really important is that we have good discipleship. And we don't have good discipleship unless we have good disciples. And that's the same thing as good leadership development, because leadership development is really about becoming more and more like Jesus. So I strongly advocate all the leadership development activities, programs, mentoring that we can possibly come up with, because the number of workers and Christians in Asia is growing dramatically, and discipleship has to keep pace with it.
The purpose of the ALLC is to equip, resource, and connect leaders throughout Asia.
It's only as we multiply leaders that we can continue to multiply in numbers and in the strength and effectiveness of our ministries. So anything that we can do to improve the effectiveness of the leadership and the emerging leadership means that we're going to see much more fruit in the future.
As the name implies, the ALLC is a community of leaders committed to lifelong learning from one another and with one another.
As we are learners, as we are disciples, we can influence others to be learners and disciples too. But we have to do that together. It's not a time to do it on our own. Paul prays in Ephesians 3 that we might know together with all the saints. I encourage you, be a part of the ALLC.
We began to dream the vision of ALLC. That has now started to come into existence. We're having our first togetherness experience here in Chiang Mai, and we want that to continue and grow.
Earlier this year, we had a conference where about 430 leaders came together from a number of different nations all around Asia. It was very encouraging because 80% of those attending were local indigenous leaders, 80% of them were under 35, and 80% of them were first-generation Christians. We see that the wave is just taking off in Asia, and it's so critical in this season that we're really doing leadership development events to help this next generation lead well and be able to lead the following generations into the Great Commission that Jesus has called us to take the gospel to the nations.
Leaders, and so the ALLC is there to really invest in the leaders and emerging leaders of YWAM from all these nations in Asia so that we can be strong and multiply well.
I'd like to invite you to be a part of the Asia Leaders Learning Community.
Come to the community, be a part of the community, and expand this community that's influenced right throughout Asia and beyond.
I encourage you to engage with the Asia Leadership Learning Community. Be a part of something that will take you into deeper relationship with God, grow in mind and heart and skills, in order that you can serve the needy in Asia and beyond.